All right, nerds, as promised, I am in Accra, Ghana at the Usher Fort. And you are now about to watch the 7th installment of You Didn't Give a Shit, but I'm going to tell you anyway. All right? So here we are. I'm going to set the scene a little bit. It's 1661. All right? You're on the Gold Coast. The air is thick with tension. On one side, you have the forces of the Ga people, determined to defend their land and sovereignty. On the other side, you have the Danes, led by commanders of the Danish West India Company, eager to carve out a foothold in West Africa. At this time, European powers were locked in a cutthroat competition for control of Africa's trade. The Dutch, Portuguese, the English, the Danes, they all vied for dominance. What's wrong with me? Particularly along the Gold Coast, where the lucrative trade in gold and ivory, and of course enslaved people, made every fort, every river, and every town basically a battleground, right? So, first introduction I'm going to make here is the Danish West India Company was seeking to expand its presence in Africa. And they sent this cat, Johan Wilhelm Lawson. He was a seasoned officer, and they sent him here to establish Danish authority in Accra. The Danes had their sights set on securing a trading fort, a future structure that would eventually become Christiansborg, which is now known as Osu Castle. I've already been there, so I decided to come to Usher Fort instead. So there you go. I'm going to tell you a little bit why I chose this in a later video. So keep watching. That's a hook. Anyway, the Ga people, who had long navigated the dangerous politics of European trade, were not willing to surrender control over their territory, just because. So before the Danes could build their fort, they needed to deal with this resistance from the Ga people. They identified this little area called Insakina, a settlement just inland from the coast, near what today is Accra. And they identified that as a key target. If they could take Insakina, they would weaken the Ga defenses, and then they'd be able to pave the way for a permanent Danish stronghold. But the Ga people were prepared for a battle. So stay tuned. We're going to get into the battle next.